Hi there. So as it's the first really warm day we've had today, I've come out into my garden and I thought I'd talk about herbal remedies for chronic fatigue syndrome. Now, they're not going to cure your chronic fatigue syndrome, but they can help to ease some of the symptoms. I grow a few herbs in pots. So I've got this huge lavender bush which I planted as quite a small plant about 4 years ago, and it's gone completely mad. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just out now and should last at least for the next 2 months. It's one of my favourite herbs. The smell is delightful. I will talk about its benefits in a minute. And I've also got over here some lemon balm which came up out of the blue. It's a kind of mint actually, but it smells of lemons. And then here I have some mint, and I grow it in a pot because if you put it in the ground it'll grow like mad and become rampant before you know it. Hello Tilly. So I just want to talk about some of the herbs that I have found beneficial to some chronic fatigue symptoms. Now, you saw my lavender bush just now. Lavender is a highly versatile herb which is very good for a lot of different symptoms. And most of us know that it's a very calming herb. It can help with sleep. It can be calming. It can ease stress and anxiety. You can make a lavender tea that can help with sleep. You can make a lavender tea that can help with anxiety, but also it's very good. The lavender oil is very good for feelings of exhaustion. And I also recommend always having a little bit of lavender essential oil in your house. I like to add it to the bath, and it's good for so many things. It's just a really good oil to have around, and it's one of the cheapest oils, and it's also, as I said, it's one of the most versatile, and it's one of the only oils that you can use directly on your skin when you buy the actual essential oil. So it's highly versatile. It's got so many uses. But as I say, for chronic fatigue syndrome, it's good both for calming and for sleep, and also for feelings of exhaustion, and of course headaches. So very good. Sometimes when the lavender's out at this time of year, if I've got one of those, you know, sort of post-work tension headaches, I just like to come out and squeeze a bit of lavender oil and just rub that on my head. It's really lovely. Now, the other herb that I mentioned is this lovely thing. Oh, it's wonderful. Lemon balm. Lemon balm, it looks like mint. The leaves, I think, are just a little bit larger than usual mint. It's also known as Melissa, and it's a wonderfully uplifting scent. The essential oil is known as Melissa, and you can buy that too. I think it's a little bit more expensive than lavender oil, but one good thing about Melissa is you've burned the oil. It can really help to uplift you. It's one that's traditionally used for depression and for just uplifting your general mood. But it also is, because if you put it in teas, it also apparently helps you to sleep. I've never tried using that for sleep, but it does apparently help you to sleep. It's just so gorgeous. And then, of course, our old favourite, sprig of lovely mint. So used to putting this with, I'm a vegetarian, I don't do lamb anymore, but I used to love lemon mint sauce. Mint sauce used to be one of my favourite things, but mint has such a lot of beneficial health properties. It's refreshing, it's uplifting, it's very good for the digestive system. So if you suffer from irritable bowel syndrome, then it's a really good tea to make. You can make it fresh, you can buy mint tea bags, of course. And you can also buy the essential oil of peppermint. Be very careful with that. Don't you want to use that neat on your skin, because it does burn. And do be careful too if you use it in the bath. It needs to be really fully distributed. Otherwise you can find it burning your skin. Or put it into an oil, a carrier oil, to use that. But if you just have some mint in your garden, you can just make a lovely mint tea. So those are the ones I have at the moment. Sadly, I did have some rosemary in my garden, but it all died off. So I love to talk about rosemary, because rosemary is another herb and essential oil that can be really useful for some of the chronic fatigue symptoms. If you buy the rosemary oil, you can use that in the bath. Again, distribute it quite well. But I have found that quite useful for when you have fibromyalgia. In fact, the last time I moved house, I had such a lot to do, you know, with all the unpacking and everything. And I was a bit worried about getting aching legs at the end of the day. I had a hot rosemary bath every morning. And then just before I went to bed, I had a warm rosemary bath. And it really helped to prevent those fibromyalgia, aching legs, etc., or aching body after doing all that unpacking. So I highly recommend that. Shakespeare mentions it. Here's rosemary for you. That's for remembrance. Well, Shakespeare knew a thing or two about herbs. And of course, for remembrance, rosemary is good for the memory. So if we have brain fog, we know that can affect our short-term memory, and burning rosemary oil or having a rosemary tea can be really good for that. One last herb I want to mention, I haven't got any at the moment, but basil. Basil is a really good uplifting herb and essential oil too. The essential oil, I have found lovely oil for just generally uplifting and energizing. So it's good to burn, it's good to put into massage oils, etc. So those are just a few of the herbs that I have used in the past. There are plenty more. You can look them up. It's a very good idea. And there's something really lovely about growing herbs in your garden. You can just go out and pick and use in cooking or making teas. And I picked some of the mint and lemon balm earlier, and I infused it, and then I put it, because it's a nice warm day, I put it in the fridge, and I'm going to just try some now. And I tell you what, there's something about herbal teas that makes you want to use a lovely little delicate tea service too. So I'm just going to try this out. It's chilled mint and lemon balm tea. Cheers. Oh my goodness, that is so refreshing. That is lovely on a warm summer's day, and I can feel that just uplifting my mood, and it's just really nice. So that's just a little bit of information on herbs and their uses in chronic fatigue syndrome. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.